You know, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, entertainment, entrepreneurship, and so much more. Nick Durst here, along with Joe Calabrese. Joe, our guest today, he's in the sports world. He is an entrepreneur. He used to be a big tennis guy, but now, just like a lot of people, is all about pickleball.
Yeah, and he's got a wide range of previous work experience, operations and assistant, analyst, account executive. But what he is most well known for now is being the founder of House Pickleball. And their dedication and passion is to creating game-changing products that redefine what it means to be a pickleball player. So you and I were getting involved in this pickleball craze now. We welcome our guest at this time. I hope I'm pronouncing this right because there are two ways I'm thinking about this. So I hope I get it right. Mark Vermylen, or is it Vermylen?
It's actually Vermylen.
Vermylen. Okay, I was close.
I'm
We welcome
Chilling
Mark
with
Vermylen to the
chilling with
program.
Mark Vermillion here. Vermillion
There you
here.
go. Mark, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
Mark, we're doing well. How did you come up with the idea for House Pickle? And you got here this beautiful racket, a custom racket here. We'll show off to the audience. What's the process like to get these paddles made as well?
Yeah, for sure. So just quickly how I came up with it. It was kind of something that came out of a necessity for me. I used to work in tech sales, and last summer I was actually surprisingly laid off from my job 6 months after I joined. Everything seemed to be going great. I was doing well, but stuff happens. So I got together with one of my other colleagues who was laid off, and we were just trying to come up with, he had a lot of e-commerce experience, and we were just trying to come up with an idea for something, something we could really work on together because we had worked together so well at our last company. And I said, why not pickleball? I see courts being installed everywhere. Like, people are going crazy about this. It's a sport that's coming down kind of from the older generations. It's not like really a young, fresh face on the block. So really just kind of started, drew up a logo, built a website, started posting pictures on Instagram. And the community just kind of came from there. Just like started playing a lot in New York City, and it all really just snowballed.
So what outside of the paddle that Nick showed, I see you have a shop on the website. Seems like you want to be the one-stop place for all pickleball stuff. So describe what House Pickleball is all about and what is the vision for it?
For sure. Yeah, House Pickleball is all about finding community in sport and activity. One of the big problems a lot of people have these days, especially after the pandemic, is inactivity and just like social isolation. So what we really find out on the pickleball court is a way to, organically meet people again, make new friends, not going through an app or anything, or like just online. It's really a great way to reconnect with your community. And I would say the vision for it is just to keep growing our own community and really becoming the defining pickleball brand for who I like to call like the Zillennial generation, like a portmanteau of millennial and Gen Z, our younger generation of pickleball players who we really want to grow with that generation in the sport. And right now we just make paddles, but we have big plans to expand into apparel, wearables, hats, water bottles, everything, as well as continuing to expand on our event series, which were really successful this summer.
So talking about the events there, you're talking about the paddles and expanding. Where do you hope to see House Pickleball in, let's say, the next 3 years, 5 years down the road, or big picture, right, a decade from now? What are your visions?
Yeah, I would love to have a physical space here in New York City and maybe in other cities where it's pickleball courts. It is, I think we would just call it House Pickleball and just leave it at that name. But really have that physical space where the community can gather, because right now it's kind of a collection of school gyms and hard tops around the city. I would really love if we could create an actual physical place to play. Who knows? House Broadcast Network, become the ESPN of pickleball, that sort of thing. The sky's the limit, the way I see it.
All great ideas. I'm based in Jersey City, so we have some hard courts not too far from where I am, and over the summer they were quite popular. So it seems like pickleball is growing in popularity. Personally speaking, when did you start playing, and what is your favorite part of playing the game?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I only started playing about 18 months ago. So about the same time that I was learning about pickleball, picked up a paddle, and like it all kind of clicked into place at the same time. It wasn't like I was playing for 5 years prior. I think that's like a lot of people, to them it's still a very new game. My favorite thing about it would be that it combines my favorite aspects of tennis. When I play, I still have to break habits that are very tennis. I tend to sit back and hit ground strokes a lot. It would be how it combines my favorite aspects of tennis with the lower learning curve, that I can go out there and play with people who maybe only been playing for a few weeks, and like we can still have like fun competitive games.
Well, I've only played one time and I sucked, so I don't know. Maybe I gotta try to work at
I
it
think
to
you gotta
get better.
get back on the court, Joe. It's a lot of fun. Me and my wife, we played a lot in the last 2 years, so it's a lot of fun. But where I am in Staten Island, there's only about 3 courts, and they're all at one park, and it's very difficult to get on there. That's a problem, Mark, right?
Oh yeah, New York City, actually, we have the worst ratio in the country of pickleball players to pickleball courts. Just it's a space issue for sure, but that's why really got to see more, more courts are opening up.
Yeah, New York City has the worst people to anything ratio. So for future reference here, obviously the game is going to grow in time. You're going to see more prominent people, potentially more celebrities play pickleball, right? So with House Pickleball's big time, big long-term visions and goals, do you think eventually you'll be able to bring some more people with notoriety to the game? Eventually, can you see yourself having House Pickleball locations with special celebrity appearances, maybe possibly a future celebrity tournament? And if that's the case, I'm right, being invited, and will we be able to do some commentary for you?
Yes, yes, 100%. You're getting me excited here, Joe. Thinking about the celebrities, yeah, we could have. 100%, I could see a celebrity tournament happening with House. And if you guys could be kind of like in dodgeball, you guys could be the sideline
Oh
commentators.
yeah.
That would be my dream.
That would be pretty cool. I mean, you would take this beautiful paddle here, put a mic on top of it, and you put the paddle in the person's face.
Oh yeah, I actually did some street style interviews in Union Square Park last week, and we attached the mic actually to the end of the handle, and so it was like holding the paddle out to people. And yeah, I think it worked well to incorporate the paddle in the interview style of content.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. I'm sure Mark will announce that big tournament at some point. We'll see when it's going to be. It's very highly anticipated, very exciting. Joe, if Mark just took I'm right guess and put him in a tournament, it would be
Not a bad idea.
tremendous turnout.
You could do it for charity, get
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of turnout out. I think that'd be a good idea.
I think we could get everyone there. I think we could get the mayor, the governor, just like really just make it a New York tournament.
All right, let's get Steve Cohen there. I think if we get a little financial backing from him and the Mets, maybe get a pickleball court. But
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, at City Field, who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Mark, for you in your life, for your career, or now with this business, what would you say is your I'm right moment? What I mean by that is a time or place where you wanted to pursue something. You asked somebody for advice. They said, Mark, don't do that. It's a terrible idea. And you were like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. And ultimately, in the end, you will see why it is that I'm right.
Yeah. I would have to say creating House Pickleball has been my I'm right moment. Not that I've had everyone in my life very supportive. Maybe at the beginning, especially some more concerned, like, is this, don't you want to try to find another job in tech sales? But I would say when we did our first wholesale order, which was for 1,000 paddles, that was where I felt like, all right, like this is a real business. This is not me playing pickleball and posting pictures on Instagram. Like, we've got something here. I'm right.
There you go. Love the little line there at the end. Great answer. Mark, we thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Nick and I, we wish you the best of luck moving forward. Certainly, we will keep an eye on what you got going on. We'll definitely plan to be involved in the future. And I think, Nick, it's a great idea. Hopefully, we can get some of our former guests and some of our more prominent named fans to help out with this and eventually get into pickleball and help Mark out in the future. Mark, what we do here is we give our guests the last words. So if there's anything else you would personally like to share or promote for yourself, including these awesome t-shirts that you provided for us, by all means, go ahead. And like I said, we wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Yeah, thanks guys so much for having me. I guess I got to just plug the brand. We have our holiday sales live right now. The family set. It's all 4 of our paddles that we have in our inventory, and you can get those just for the price of $149.99. Shipping cutoff, I don't know if this episode will air before this, but is December 16th. If you want to get them for Christmas, makes a great gift for the whole family.
All right, Mark, and where can they go to purchase and where can they find you on social media?
Yep, to purchase, you can head over to housepickleball.com, social media, at House Pickleball on Instagram, at House Pickleball on TikTok.
All right, excellent. Mark, we appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Best of luck with everything House moving forward here. And that's going to do it for this episode of I'm Right, for our very special guest, the founder, the creator, the CEO of House Pickle, Mark. For my coach, Joe, I am Nick, and this has been I'm Right.